Hey Royals, welcome back to another powerful episode of Queens Vantage podcast. I'm your host, Ebony Bloom. I've always wanted to say that. And today we are diving into part 2 of our conversation with the phenomenal Diana Clayton, who is CEO of Be the Vision Limo, a powerhouse entrepreneur and a woman with integrity. In this episode, we're going beyond the surface. We're talking about building a legacy, what it means to show up as a single boss mom, how to protect your name, your space, and your peace when people test your boundaries. Diana, you ready to get into this conversation? So listen, this conversation is for the everyday woman and the everyday man. If you've ever had to navigate love, business, and loyalty all at once, then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Diana, welcome back to Queens Vantage podcast.
Super excited.
I'm excited to have you here. Yeah. And before we get into the episode, what you been up to? Because the girl's been traveling.
Listen, a much needed vacation.
Yes.
And I'm like a 4 or 5 day. 4 day is good.
Yes.
And I did the 4 day. I did Cabo with my best friend and my aunt. And I'm like, okay, I got home and I'm like, oh man, I need another 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a really good refresher, nice way to decompress, out there with the water. I'm a water girl, so it was good. So
that's
a little
good.
Bit of traveling.
You deserve it. You work hard, so you got to play hard.
Thank you.
And you've also done some traveling around because you're really into like building yourself as an individual. So just beyond the business, beyond being a mom, but just like things that feed you and help you take yourself to each and every level.
Yeah.
And so you've done some travel around that as well.
I did.
And you were in a room with some pretty incredible people.
I was.
Yeah. Do you want to share about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I went to the Good Soil Forum hosted by T.D. Jakes and his team. And I remember writing a couple years ago that I wanted to be in a room with Oprah.
Yeah.
And I was in that room with Oprah. And so it was amazing. They had a panel speaking and just phenomenal people, of course, T.D. Jakes.
Yeah.
And Oprah Winfrey, John Hope Bryant, which I've been following him, just absolutely financial powerhouse.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the absolute amazing Wall Street Trapper. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yes.
I'm in his mentorship program, and he's just a phenomenal financial leader. He's really covering some ground, and he's helping me put money in my pocket. So
okay. Yes.
I am not mad about it. But yeah, it was a really, really good conference, just geared around business and a lot of AI talk.
Yeah.
And did some amazing networking and stuff. So it was really good.
And proximity is everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Sometimes just being in a room and, I said I wanted to be in a room with Oprah. Yeah, I had to pay for my ticket, but I was there.
Yeah.
And, sometimes that's the thing. A lot of times people don't want to pay for the spaces they want to be in, but it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah.
I'm big on the energy, the synergy, and rubbing the elbows and having the conversation. So it was good.
Yeah, and being close to where you see yourself
100%.
going. I had an opportunity to be in a room with Hillary Clinton and see her speak, and I was like, yo, little old me from the Crest is in the room with Hillary Clinton today. So it's huge. So congratulations to that. And
that.
I think that's inspiring for a lot of not just women, but anyone to hear. To just, like you said, it costs to be the boss. So we have to pay to be in those rooms.
Yeah.
But I think that's also a way to create spaces. So 100%. One day people will be paying for you, right? To hear you speak. So yeah, congratulations on that. And on the vacation. And I say congratulations because we don't do enough self-care. And I think sometimes we dive into it, we put our toe in and then we take our foot out.
We take our foot out. Yeah. And we do it without realizing that we've gotten off the regimen.
Yes.
And so I'm proud of myself that I did that.
Good.
Because with life and business and being a mom and working, all the things that we do as women,
all the things
just
they
individuals,
do.
but me, I'm a woman. It's easy to kind of fall off.
Yes.
Right? We start something, like you say, you get your toe in, and then you fall off because everything else is
everything
so
takes priority.
Yeah. And so, I did that. and I don't travel as much as I want to or used to.
Yeah.
I used to do probably about 4 different trips. I was on a plane somewhere a year.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like at least 2 international, and I haven't been doing that.
Yeah. And I said I was going to do that. This trip was like, okay, I own a vacation home in Mexico, and I have like 7 different properties I can travel to.
Yeah.
And I go camping every year. That is my non-negotiable.
Yes, we were talking about your camping.
Yes,
yeah.
that is my non-negotiable. And I said, okay, I'm paying for this vacation home. It is my non-negotiable.
You need to use it.
I'm using it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'll be back out, and
Absolutely.
who knows, maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months.
Yes. But well, speaking of self-care, before we get off of it, you and I were on the phone recently.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the episode, just kind of like what we were going to talk about, what we wanted for people, what we wanted people to know. Mm-hmm. And I had an accident while we were on the phone.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes. And so, and I just talked about it on my other podcast, but first and second degree burns.
That is insane. And it happened so fast. It was like,
it happened so fast.
Oh my God. And I'm like, what happened? And you're like, I just burned myself. I'm like, wait, what? How? I didn't even know you were in the kitchen cooking.
Yes.
Right?
Multitasking, as we often do as busy moms. And I didn't go to the hospital that night. No, Dinah, I kept cooking dinner. I eventually told the boys to finish up their plates, and I went and I rinsed myself with cold water. The little one, Clayton, made me a ice. He put some ice in a bag and made a little compress for me, and I fell asleep on the couch. That was my evening. Wow. And it wasn't until I got them off to their dad's house that Thursday, and I went for a walk, and I ran into a neighbor, and she's a nurse, and she said, "Oh my God, Ebony, what is that?" And I had burns on my face, on my chest. Yes. I know the face heals pretty fast because it's already in a healing process. But she said, "Oh my gosh, you need to go to the hospital." And I'm like, "Oh girl, no, this happened cooking." She's like, "Ebony, go to the hospital." So I did. I made myself an appointment. I went in that Friday, and I found out that I had first and second degree burns.
Insane.
And it hadn't occurred to me. And this is Little Miss self-care, Little Miss soft girl energy. Was still just operating in that space of I must keep going.
Yes.
There's things that need to get done. And when I went to see the doctor, he said, "What did you do when this happened?" I said, "Oh, I put cold water on it and ice." And he said, "Why didn't you go to urgent care?" And I said, "Because I had to finish cooking dinner and get my kids off to their dad's house, and I had to work the next day." And he's like, "Honey, you should have went straight to urgent care." Yeah. So again, just taking those moments for ourselves. I have a vacation that's coming up. I'm really excited about it. It's a solo vacation.
Listen.
I'm going across the U.S. And I'm going to do some traveling while I'm in the East Coast. And it is I'm not doing content. So I'm really making this a vacation. So, because a lot of my vacations are built around let me do content creation. Let me see what's happening over here. And this vacation for me is really just about pouring back into myself. And I'm going MIA, phone on DND.
Good for you.
And just have a moment.
Good for you. It's so necessary. And I think we forget how important it is. And I was scrolling Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
And I didn't stumble. A friend of mine sent it to me. Mm-hmm. And I was listening, and literally my heart melted because she was speaking about we're so busy going, and we feel like how you did. You got burnt. And it just didn't occur to you, I need to stop, I need to pause, I need to take care of me.
Yeah.
And we're in go mode. And our body is responding in ways. I have sciatic issues, and I really believe that my body, although the issue is there, I've had the issue for many years. My body is now responding to the stress that I have been under for the past 2 years.
Yes.
And it's taken a serious toll on my body. And I was listening to the post that my friend sent me yesterday, and it was just speaking about we're just so used to going that we're killing ourselves.
Yes.
And we think it's a flex that we're so strong and we get to go. And no, stop. Because we're killing ourselves, literally.
Absolutely.
We're literally killing ourselves. There was another young lady, I think she was a chef or something.
Yes, where she took some time off of work, took a nap, and never woke up.
Yeah. And I'm like.
Yeah. I mean, I just did an episode with a associate therapist about debunking the strong Black woman narrative, right? And here I am again where it shows up. And so much of my life has been in survival.
Yes.
So much of my life has been in survival. And my friend said to me recently, we were having a conversation and I was giving her advice on like, maybe you should handle this differently. And she said, oh my God, you're just in your soft girl energy. And I love this for you. Cause she like the old Ebony would have said, turn up, you know?
Yeah.
But I still have moments where the survival shows up.
Yeah.
And so in that moment, especially when I'm with my kids, this is my week where I think I shared with you. So I have a week on, week off with the kids.
Yeah.
Well, really the kid now, because the other one is going off to college. And this is the week that I take care of myself. But when my kids are with me, when I tell you I'm on 100% for them, and I think maybe I'm overcompensating now. And it's not even, I know that I overcompensate on the weeks that they're with me, in part because I don't have a week with them, right? And so, because you don't plan for that. You don't plan for like not having your kids with you all the time.
100%.
So I don't go out. I don't do things like when people invite me out, I'm like, nope, I'm with my kids this week.
Yeah.
Because I just want to pour every ounce of myself into them when I have them. And probably because I didn't have that growing up. I was the parent.
Yeah.
You know, I navigated a lot of life on my own. So I'm taking moments now in this week off to reflect, like exercising, meditating, praying. I'm reading. I'm not watching TV during the week.
Ooh.
So I cut out TV during the week, and I'm reading this book called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die.
Ooh.
And that talks about how emotion is stored in us, how it actually doesn't go anywhere until we address it. And I'm like starting to find some of the things in me that like were just silly things, maybe being told that my feelings weren't important as a child. And again, so how does that show up later? That shows up, you get burned.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're told as a child your feelings don't matter in something so small, like someone takes your toy and they're like, give it to him. It doesn't, it doesn't matter. You need to share. But that stores inside of you. It goes unresolved. So then when I'm burned, as a grown woman and I can't take care of myself because my feelings don't matter. What's happening to me doesn't matter. What matters is that my kids have a healthy meal, a decent meal on the table, and they're able to sit down and eat. Yeah. So now I'm having to like undo and unlearn.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, and it's so true because, me and a couple other parents, and I'm sure, we've had conversations like this as well, about we grow up a certain way, how you said, you were the mother, and, I grew up in the 80s, so, I grew up under addiction.
Yeah.
And so as we become parents, we try to reinvent the wheel. Do things a little bit differently and
better.
We try to do it better. And in some ways it is better, but in some ways I've realized I've created a whole whirlwind of gook.
Yeah. And to the detriment of ourselves.
But also our children. Yeah. Because listen.
No, not my little perfect babies. I'm kidding.
Listen, those little perfect things.
Right.
Yeah, but I grew up in Richmond. Yeah. And had a little bit of struggle, but like I was all right. I was homeless as a kid. At different phases of our lives due to addiction. Yeah. And my mom being a single parent for a good part of that time, and then she later married, but I was fine, and I'm all right now as an adult, even with those triumphs, struggles and different things like that. Yeah. And I feel like because we've like spoon fed,
sheltered these babies,
we've sheltered our children. Yes. And they lack some things. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yes. And we have to teach them in our emergencies. Like for me, stopping and saying, oh my God, Kyrie, I need you to take over. Yeah. Like, I need you to take over right now. I'm burned. Yeah. Right. And he immediately started Googling like 1st and 2nd degree burns. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I have I know that I've sheltered my babies. Yeah. They're incredible. They're great. Absolutely. And I have given them a very gentle and soft life. And some lessons in there. There's some lessons in between, but you're absolutely right. It's like we need to have more of a balance, which is something that we actually forfeit the right to when we give birth. Yes. We talk so much about balance, but I think it's really about finding the cadence and the rhythm.
100%.
Because there really isn't a balance.
There is no balance.
Yeah.
And there is no perfect way. Yeah. Because even with the children, how you nurture this child is not the same nurturing that you're going to do for the second one. Right. Because they're totally different. Yes. And so it's like you're constantly relearning, you're redoing, you're undoing,
Yes.
you're repurposing, and all
Drawing lines, scribbling, erasing.
Yes.
Girl, life is like,
Yeah.
take the pen, take the highlighter, and give me a pencil when it comes to life. Because we're going to write, we're going to erase, we're going to rewrite. You're absolutely right. It's funny that you said that. So I called my middle son. Kyrie is in Houston for the Junior Olympics this week. And
Your favorite place.
I called your favorite place.
Yeah.
And I called him last night and I said, hey, what you doing? I haven't heard from you today. And he said, I called you yesterday. Dead serious. And I was like, you did, but today's a new day. And he like grunted. He's like, it is funny because the older and the younger one like to talk. We have to talk every day.
Every day.
Like my oldest son is like, no, Mom, we need to talk every day. We need to communicate every day. We need to talk. And the middle one is like, boo, I called you yesterday. And I called you yesterday. What do you want today?
Yeah. Oh, those are my boys.
Yeah.
And it like literally hurts my feelings. Like it crushes me because I am like, this is like literally every day. Good morning. And I call both of my boys Sonny Boy. And what's crazy is if they're both in the home, if I say Sonny Boy, they know which one I'm talking to.
Really?
Yes. And I call both of them Sonny Boy. And they have other nicknames too. But
so it's like a tone that you have.
Maybe it's a tone, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, good morning, Sonny Boy. How are you? How did you sleep? Did you dream a dream? All the time. And they're like, what do you want? And if they're not home, it's just like, you couldn't text me for this, Mom? Like, you're calling me? And I'm like, yeah, because I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear my kid's voice every day.
Every day.
And they're like, what do you want?
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know what I would do if all three were that way. The first two, they're like me. They're like, we gotta stay connected, you know? And with my middle son, Kyrie, is like more of that effort. And I know that like when we're together, like we have a bond, like unbreakable. Someone told me, actually a prophet told me a long time ago that the middle one was going to be the one that I would like, if I got older, like he would build the house across the street from him. Like he's going to be the one that really takes care of me. The other two will take care of me and they're going to make sure that I'm good. But like that one right there is going to have all your affairs in order. And I know it to be true. But he like, boy, I don't need to talk to you every day. Yeah. But he's like, but also I'm going to college like 45 minutes away from your house so that you have access to me. Okay. You know,
yeah. So, he's like, listen, I'm providing the way for you.
Right. So I'm like, okay, all right, Mom can do better, but I'm still going to call him anyways.
As you should.
Yeah. I'm going to call him. I'm going to text him.
And one day, guess what? They're going to, because I had to learn, and then you have to learn your kids' rhythm and flow.
Yes.
And neither one of my boys are morning people. Mm-hmm. And they let me know, listen, it is too, Mom. And I get up at like dark 30. I rise at like 3:30 in the morning. So 7 o'clock, it's like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? They're like, I'm asleep, Mom.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for a full out conversation sometimes.
That's me.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes they're like, Mom, it's 7 o'clock. Can you call me back later? And I'm like, the world is up and moving.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I love my boys, and they're very nurturing.
Yeah.
In their own way. You know, they take good care of me. Where was I at? And my son was like, Mom, I've been calling you. And so he's with my best friend. And next thing I know, I'm like, I see his, he was FaceTiming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he was like, Mom, I've been calling you. Well, when I was in Cabo, me and my aunt trying to get our little cute pictures on the beach.
Yeah.
The wave came and overtook us. So I dropped my phone.
Oh my gosh.
I was without my phone. Talk about self-care. It was actually necessary. But I was without my phone for like 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, oh God.
Not the phone.
Not the phone. What am I going to do?
On vacation?
On vacation.
Because where are you getting another phone on vacation?
You're not. Not in Mexico.
Okay. Oh, I don't. So, you know, I live by my phone. So my car key is my phone. To access my house now is my phone. Everything's on my phone. So if I lost that phone,
it's a problem.
It's a real problem.
It's a problem.
Like I can't get into my car. I can't get into my house without my phone.
I really hate that we have become so dependent on our phones. I hate it.
I hate it and I love it.
I do.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Because I could leave my house without my purse. Like, I don't even carry purses anymore. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, I mean, you see me with this big bag today because I had to, be ready. But other than that, no, I will leave and listen, Apple Pay, just, Yes.
I had an episode like that with the I have Google.
Yeah.
I'm Android.
You're Android.
Shout out to Android.
I was gonna make a joke.
My pictures are better than yours.
Your pictures are better than the iPhone. I will admit that, but I always say when my hair is not done, I feel like an Android.
So the disrespect.
No. Okay, let's get back to the phone.
Okay. But I had left my wallet, and I got to the store. I was trying to do something, and I didn't use.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not putting my credit card on my phone. If someone gets my phone,
Yeah.
they'll have my credit card. I get to the store. I couldn't get gas. I couldn't get anything. And I'm like struggling, trying to figure out, how do I do this Google Pay? So yeah, it's like the phones are catch-22. It's like they're so convenient. They're like lifesavers in so many ways, but because we are so dependent on it, we often feel lost. I actually took advantage of that time though, and was like, okay, I don't have a phone. I couldn't check the cameras, constantly checking on my mom. I couldn't see what was going on at home. But it was good because I really needed that mental break.
Yeah.
You know, so it worked. It worked. But when I got back, I'm like, I need to get to the shop to get this phone fixed.
Yes.
So, you know.
So were you able to get the phone fixed, or did you have to get a new phone?
I still have the phone. I called and I'm like, listen, can you get this data off? Because those pictures.
She said, listen.
Because the pictures that I almost lost my life for were on that phone.
On that phone, yeah.
And they had not backed up. And I'm like, oh no, I need them pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost drowned. And just some other stuff like my son's graduation. I wasn't sure if it had backed up to my cloud. And so I just wanted to make sure I transferred my stuff. So they were able to preserve it. But saltwater apparently is a little harsher on the phones than just dropping it in the, in your bathtub or something like that. Yeah. So but we got it. We're good.
Well, good. Girl, our lives, right? Yeah. Well, girl, you've had to help me out when I left my house and I think I hadn't set up my Apple Pay. Oh, do you remember you got me lunch? Thank you, Moose. How owe you lunch?
Yeah. What's that? Chipotle.
Because living my life without like a purse, a wallet, or anything. So I show up to Chipotle just confident about my lunch. And shout out to that cute officer I ran into. But anyways.
Listen, a man in a uniform, understand me?
Okay, that was something just really hot about you. So if you're watching, somebody, have you seen those videos now where they post a guy and they're like, find him?
No.
Like, oh my God. So like if a woman sees like a handsome man passing, and so a part of me I think is cute and another part of me thinks it's a little creepy, but anyway, they'll post the guy and they'll be like, TikTok, find him. Like, I fell in love and he doesn't know my name. Right. And so TikTok will go and find the guy.
Really?
Yes, girls. So
that's creepy.
It's kind of creepy,
cool,
right? And cool.
Creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I would never do it. Like, I could never do it. But I think it's like, I don't know. I enjoy sometimes like lighthearted videos like that. But I'm also like, please, no one ever post me. Like, don't ever do that to me.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's where it becomes creepy, because you're like, oh, that's so cool. And it's just like, wait a minute. So I can walk past someone and they can like snap a shot, or I could be sitting at a restaurant and somebody is sitting over there and they could take a shot of me, and then they can like find me where she lives. Because what if I'm on vacation?
I know. Or what if I'm in a real relationship that y'all don't know about? Because I could be infamous for that one. A whole relationship in the back that nobody knows about, and then you posted me, or somebody posted my man. Don't post my man. Don't post my man.
Don't post my man.
Because we have a real problem. TikTok, find her. Now we got a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
Yes.
But these are the times. Like, I always reference Enemy of the State.
Oh my gosh.
Because
that's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Yes. But just think about when that movie came out. We were not in that.
We weren't equipped
at all.
We weren't equipped for the level like of technology that happened. Like during what was happening during our time when that movie took place. You know, so it was just like, oh my gosh, like that, and it's possible. All of that is possible. There's a city, I think, Tiburon, that actually takes a picture of you when you enter the city. And of your license plate, they sort of take a picture of your car, and so I think it goes to, like, the local police department. Anyways, I don't want to make this up, but I know that like
exactly what
they
you're
track about. Right, and so it's kind of like Enemy of the State. It's like they know who is coming in and out of the city. Yeah,
well, they have those cameras now. They've put them up so
on most of the stoplights.
Yeah, and it captures your license plate. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yes.
if they're looking for that license plate, that capture goes into this national database.
Yes.
And they can literally find you wherever you are.
Yeah. So like for Amber and Ebony Alert.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like if a car is passing through certain areas. Yes. So we're already being tracked. Our phones are tracking us. Like I have like the Pacer app on my phone to track my steps because Apple Watch isn't working anymore. So I guess I got to get a new one. And I just bought two. I just bought both kids one. Anyways, but no, they're tracking us. So I got an alert this morning that said Pacer has been tracking your location for like the last 30 days. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, but I mean, I don't feel like I do.
We're constantly under surveillance.
Yeah, constantly. Our lives are under surveillance. Whether we realize
it or not. And,
but like, speaking of surveillance, let's get into this next topic.
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about navigating relationships as a powerful woman. So I'm shifting us a bit over into dating because I think dating is beautiful. Yeah. But there's also a level of complexity that comes along with 100%. It that I, on a personal level, have found out. And whoever thought that we would have navigated some space together to have a conversation, that we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah.
But so I wanted to ask you, how has dating changed since you've become really like the boss of your life?
Ooh, it's different because, when I was married, I've always worked multiple jobs. I've always been kind of a busy person. I've always been a go-getter. But now, as an entrepreneur, still working a 9-to-5, a mom, and a caregiver, and just still trying to take care of me, right? Because outside of all of that, I still have to do me, take care of myself. It's challenging because you have to literally create the space and time to allow somebody else in. Yeah. And you're always just checking the vibe to see if that person is worth it. I'm really big on, I don't care how busy a person is, when they want to create the time, they're going to create
Absolutely.
The time. And so I have not found that person to create the time for just yet. So it's challenging though. Yeah. You go on dates here and there and it's just like, okay. That's it.
Everything's
done.
Like lukewarm.
We're done. Yeah, we're done here.
That's it.
I
have a funny story about being out on a date with a guy and I was so uninterested and I wanted the date. It couldn't come to an end fast enough. And I said, it's time. I need to get home. And it's so funny because all my family are always waiting for me to like call and give them an update on a date. And he said, he wanted the date to go on. And he said, well, why do you have to go home? And I said, I have to fold laundry. And I legit in that moment, I said, Ebony, was that the best excuse that you, was that the best excuse you could? So I called my brother when I get to, my brother's like, how did it go? And I'm telling my brother, and he said, well, how did you get out of it? And I said, I told him I had to fold laundry. And he said, really, Ebony? Really? Like, as articulate as you are, that's the best, right? That you can come up. And dating has changed for me over time. So after my divorce, I wasn't interested really in dating at all. So I had a 2-year period of just intentional celibacy.
Oh, nice.
Intentional celibacy.
I've taken that journey many times.
Yes. And it's a beautiful journey. It
is.
There's so much clarity.
100%.
There is a time for you to rediscover who you are, who you're becoming. Yeah. So it's a beautiful journey for me. And then when I came out of that, I didn't want anything serious. Like nothing serious. I was just okay dating. I was okay seeing people, but I just please don't attach to me. Yeah. Please don't want this to be more than what it is. Like I set the rules.
Yeah.
And then I went into something that was way more serious than I wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe coercing, I'm not going to say by the other person, but just by beliefs and values and societal projections into what you should be and who you should be at my age and having children. And so having to undo that. So I've gone through these different iterations. Yeah. And one of the things that I struggle with, because I married at a very young age. So I was early 20s married and I was married all the way through my late 30s. And then I'm jumping into a new world where values, morals, integrity, access, everything has changed, right? Like you said, enemy of the state. When that came out, we were not prepared for the technology to come. Yeah. I was not prepared for the men that God had on the shelf.
Listen.
Let me just say.
Listen.
And so I don't think I really knew what red flags and green flags were, because I have been in a committed relationship, and actually, because I don't count like relationships in high school.
Of course.
So when I say like I got married young 20s and I met him when I was like 18.
Yeah.
That was my marriage was my only relationship.
Yeah.
The only relationship that I had ever truly been in and encountered. And we grew up together. Like we grew together, and then we eventually grew apart.
Yeah.
But so when I came into the dating field, I didn't like, especially like, I'm like going from like what do they call it? We were just talking about this, ethical non-monogamy.
Yes.
So going from ethical non-monogamy, before they had a name for it, to being in something that was more monogamous, I didn't know red flags and green flags. And so, and a lot of people misunderstand that as loving yourself. So they'll say, you don't love yourself. But it's like, how about I was with the same person for a very long time, and I'm navigating, like, it's one thing to be in a river and then go into an ocean.
It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world.
And so I wanted to ask you, so what are some of the red flags and green flags in dating for you?
First, conversation. I'm a talker. And I like to go beyond the surface, and I'm always listening for cues and clues.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your level of self-awareness, how they navigate life and business and different things like that.
Yeah.
How they talk to me, how they treat me, because I've been in, abusive relationships before.
Yeah.
And so I have a very low tolerance
Absolutely.
for certain things.
Yes.
And so I look for those things, and I just look for the level of interest. I remember going out, I met a guy at the gym, and we went out on a date, and I just remember having conversations, and I was like, this isn't for me. And I, had the courage to say, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
And I think it threw him off because people aren't used to hearing the honesty. And I think that as human beings, we ask for honesty. And when we get it, women are notorious for that.
Yeah.
It's like, baby, you could talk to me. And he's like, baby, I need to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And then we fly off the handle as soon as they say something that we either find offensive or just bruise our ego.
Yeah. Because we want honesty, but we don't want to be rejected.
We want
like no
honesty.
one wants to be rejected.
Rejection. Yeah, but I think that's part of growth. I think that's part of transparency, and I think that's part of relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that we also have to learn to not take everything as rejection.
Yeah.
And we have to learn to not take everything so personal.
Yes.
Because everything really isn't always about you. Even if a guy says, you know what, this really isn't working.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, I had a friend that, we were dating, but I thought it was a very open relationship because we were friends for several years prior to us actually getting into like that dating stage.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, if this isn't working, just have the conversation. I'm cool with it. It'll hurt because
of course,
but I can handle it because we were legit friends. At least I felt that way. I felt like we were legit friends. And it's like, people are also intimidated by being honest and sharing their truth. I can handle it. Like, it'll hurt.
Absolutely.
I'm a sucker. So it'll hurt, but I can handle it.
Not a sucker. You're human.
Yeah, I'm human, right?
Yeah.
But and I love hard too. I love very hard.
Oh gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Which is why I only want to just spread it out. Like, I got to keep it bottled up in a jar.
Yeah.
Because when I love, it is like all consuming. It's just like, I want to pour into that human being. I want to love on that human being.
Yeah.
But you just can't go giving it out to everyone.
You can't.
And 2 points is just that, like, rejection a lot of times is God's protection.
100%.
And our growth actually doesn't come when we're in moments of like comfort and convenience. It actually comes in moments of pain.
100%.
In things that don't feel good. But like you said, I'd rather a person tell me up front that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or there's not an alignment, whatever it is, and release me rather than hold on to me.
Yeah.
And we both know that this isn't going somewhere.
And I think that when you are able to have those transparent to me, that's real friendship. And I literally desire that in my relationships. Like that is if we cannot communicate, then that's a big deal for me. Like that's a
communication is everything.
It's everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna just be honest. So I get these DMs, and what I'll say I appreciate about the DMs is guys, will be like, "Are you married?" And I love that when people start with, because I'm like, "That's right, I'm a wife." Okay, like I am a wife. I'm not a girlfriend. So I love when men be like, "Are you married?" I'm like, "Okay, that's cute." But if I keep reading, you have no period. So communication is it's not just verbal. It's also written communication for me. So if you can't put a comma, you don't know where to put the period. It turns me off because written communication is so important for me. And unless you have like some type of learning disability, but for me, then it's like, then send me a voice note. But like punctuation, like I'm literally always silently correcting someone's grammar. So it's just like, oh, come on.
That is hilarious.
So I'm like, next.
You know what? So that's so funny that you say. So I'm like, if I meet a guy, I have a threshold. Because I'm a texter too, but I'm also a communicator. And I've gone out, I've tried like online dating before. It's really not my thing. I'm a feel your energy
It's
type
got that organic energy.
I need that organic connection. And you can hide behind the texting.
Absolutely.
Or the messaging and different
and
things.
And the decorum is very much lost in text messaging.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think it dehumanizes to a certain degree. But I am one of those people that if I meet you and maybe it's online or whatever, you got like 1 to 2 days before you say, hey, can we exchange numbers? Otherwise, it's a done deal. It's like, why are we? I don't need a pen pal.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Like, what's
adults.
the purpose in this?
Yeah, we're adults. And like I said, you don't really get to know who these people are behind their pen, they're typing and texting. And so, social media and all of these different advancements of technology, they're great, but it has really removed us from that interpersonal,
that human experience, that human connection. I am you are less likely to get my attention if you hit me up on Instagram and ask me for a date. I might even entertain you with a couple sentences of a conversation, but you are less likely to get my attention because I don't use social media as a dating platform. I'm not on dating platforms. It's not my interest. I like it. I'm all about, like, I think we talked about this, like I'm very much sapio. So it's like the conversation, the 100%. Energy, the draw, the attraction. So I haven't, that's not my interest in connecting. And I just don't, my personal belief is not for everybody, because I know some people have fell in love online. But for me, I just don't believe that that's where God has my husband, right? You're not sliding in my DM. You might find me at church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may find me at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, but I just don't think that you're going to find me on Instagram. And because that perception that I give on Instagram is, I use my page as what I call I've grown up as like the magazine girl, so Ebony. And so I use mine as more of a magazine cover. I share highlights. So those are just highlights of my life, but it is not the full facet of who Ebony Bloom actually is. So I'm like, like you're attracted to a persona. You're not attracted to me.
You. Yeah. I can concur with that. And I'm like you, I'm very limited to what I share. I might go out or do, but I don't share I'm actually very personal. I'm a very personal person. And I don't share everything. And you meet somebody, it's like 2 days, like, I really like you. I am very quick to say, you don't even know me.
Right. Oh, girl.
You don't know me.
Because listen.
My best friend says I am mean when it comes to dating. And I'm not mean, but it's just like, I'm not into the fancy words. I'm very much so an action person. You have to show me. I am from the show me state.
Okay.
You've got to show me.
You got to show me
better than you
absolutely.
Can tell me. And so the fancy words and keep all the Houdini. I don't care about all that.
Like, I just have no interest for that. Yes. I know. It's a huge shift in it. And there's different levels to it. And there's also this maturity that lacks in dating currently is what I'm seeing and experiencing. And even when a woman says what they want, we are judged and condemned for it. So for instance, like I am currently in a space where I'm like, I'm not interested in dating men who have children. And what I mean by children, I'm not saying that you can't have kids, but your children need to be adults like my children, right? So I have young adults. I don't have children
100%.
anymore.
Yeah.
Except for that baby.
Yeah.
But my life is different. Like I can literally hop on a plane every other week and go somewhere in the world and be back for my custody schedule.
Yeah.
So I'm just not into dating men who have children under 12 and they don't share custody schedules. So if you have your child full time, I am not the best person for you. Right? Because my life is on the go and I don't want to alter. I don't have to. The thing is, I don't have to, and I'm not asking you to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't date men with children. That's just my thing now.
And I think that's amazing. And I think that when you know who you are and what it is that you want, you don't have to waste time with the things that you don't.
Yeah.
And I think it's preference. You know, I think that we live in a world. I was watching, I actually just posted it on my social media, and it was a lady. Now, I don't know the facts behind it. I
sent it to you.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking. Dr. Bryant, where she
Yes.
says dating a man with children is actually a what is the word? Oh my gosh, it's like not an open relationship, but that's not it. That's not what Dr. Bryant said. I'm not going to butcher it.
Yeah.
But it's basically being in it's like
a family. It's a
oh my gosh,
like everybody.
Help us out with the words, y'all. Y'all know when y'all in a relationship with multiple people, what is that called?
Polyamorous.
Well, we was blanking on it because we ain't did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sister wives.
Listen. Not knowingly.
I was like,
okay?
come on, producers, help us
willingly.
out. But yeah, so being in a relationship with a man so I took it a level deeper than what Dr. Bryant was saying, is a man with younger children.
Yeah.
Right. So I parallel parent with my ex-husband. When he has our child, he parents. When I have our child, we parent because we weren't able to do it together. Yeah. And I reached a place of acceptance. This is not like we didn't do it in the marriage, and we ain't did it in the divorce. And there's no point in me continuing to try it with you now. So when you have him, that's your time. When I have him, that's my time.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not in that, what is it called again? Polyamorous relationship with him. But I kind of agree with what she was saying, because a lot of times, and I have dated a man with a younger child, and there was still so much emotional connection and just a lot of back and forth that became too consuming in the relationship.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is not for me. For a number of reasons, it wasn't for me. But so when I had to re-examine, like, okay, I'm going back out into the dating field. What do I want? I don't want someone that has a lot of back and forth with a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. Like, listen, if that kid is not going into middle school, do not slide in my DMs.
Yeah. Facts.
Don't do it.
You know, and I'm like, my kids, my youngest is, he'll be 19 this year.
Yes.
My oldest is 25. And I'm like you, I can get up, I can travel. I'm not taking your kid to school respectfully. Yes. Shout out to they're, like you say, high school, that's different. They have to be older. I'm just not interested in little kids. I'm not willing to adjust my life for the little ones.
And so to me, that's a red flag. And I'm like waving that flag. I'm like, that is a red flag for me.
Yeah.
It is not in alignment with my life. Again, I am not judging or condemning.
There's
nothing wrong with it. But it's just not in alignment, and I'm at a place in my life where I'm not settling. Yeah. Right? I feel like I saw a quote that said God is not on a budget, and I took that in all areas.
And ask him
all
for what you need.
Areas of life. Like he's not on a budget for good men.
Yeah.
He's not on a budget for like the things that he has for me. He's not like, whether it's the new house, the car, whatever it is. That trip to Thailand that I'm taking for my birthday. Yeah. We are not on a budget. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, and I'm not living my dating life on a budget.
100%. And I don't think that we should. And also, and speaking of the red flags, if you don't have children, it's a non-negotiable for me. Yeah. We're not even having a conversation. Yeah. Because I feel like if you don't have children as a man, at some point you may get to that point where you're like, you know what? Yeah. I need my legacy. Want I need my last name. Yeah. And I'm not willing to dive into a relationship 2 or 3 years for it to dismantle because now you want children. That's a non-negotiable for me. If you don't have children.
See, I will date a man that doesn't have children if he made a conscious decision to not have them. And at our age, some men have been like,
true.
So I'm like,
I prefer him to be fixed. You
do. Just like snip, snip,
snip, snip. Okay,
I can feel that.
Then we can,
because, absolutely.
Listen, I am not having any more children.
Girl, that ship has sailed. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I enjoy my life way too much, right? Like God has blessed me immensely with 3 human beings that I
Yeah.
carry inside of my body for full term pregnancies. And they are the only ones on this earth that can ever say they heard my heartbeat from the inside.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
It's just,
oh my gosh,
it was a
that's so
quote. I
beautiful.
actually got that from a friend, but
Yeah,
it's like,
that's beautiful.
but it's like, I've been so blessed and I don't want for anything. Like I legit don't want for anything. So I'm like, I have this opportunity in my life, and some people do go on and like have like, you know, beyond divorce, or they have like a child in college and they have kids, and that's great for you. But I'm like, I want to see this world. Like this world is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
So big.
So
beautiful.
big.
It has so much to offer.
Yes. And I'm like, no shade to people who think that like Atlanta is a vacation, but it's like, I don't want to just be taking trips to Atlanta. Like I want to see this world. Like I'm trying to go to Greece. I'm going to Thailand. I want to go to Europe. Like I have all these places that I want to travel to. Like I want to see Tahiti.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many, Nepal. Like I have so many places on my list that I want to go. And God has given me this opportunity now to be able to do that. Like I have no excuse.
Yeah.
No excuse. So I'm just like, so I like a man that, if you don't have kids, because your budget might be bigger.
Listen, the budget might be bigger.
Budget might be
that's
bigger.
a fact. Yeah,
Because I'm like, when I travel, I do not like to be on a budget. Do not like, I don't want to hear we can't eat there. I don't have like, please don't do that to me. Because I'm a planner. So when I plan out, I was just telling one of our producers, I'm like, I always know how much I'm going to spend.
Yeah.
Like I go, like I have that in mind because I think that's the responsible, but it's like,
100%.
it's not going to be small spending.
Yeah.
So I needed to like,
You want to be, and I think that you should be able to do that. I think that when you create a life and space
yes,
that is accommodating to you and for you, I don't think that you should have to adjust it. And I feel the same way when you're traveling with like friends and stuff. You know, the people that I travel with, we're all kind of in the same, you know, net worth
tax
type
bracket.
deal. Yeah, and so it's comfortable. We're not like, and we will if we have to, but we're not like, oh, well, we're not going to go here because such and such is on a budget, or you know, we don't really have to do that. And I feel like,
so I actually have said that before because a situation happened to me where I did go on a trip with a woman who did not have the means, and it actually played a detriment to the friendship ultimately. Like the friendship ended up ending because of it, and not because she came on a trip without funds. It was the aftermath that happened afterwards, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, now you're not living up to be the friend that I thought that you were, and so I, from a negative place, I went on this like, I'm not hanging out with women that make under $100K. Like if you make less than 6 figures a year, I don't even want to hang out with you.
yeah,
And I think that was coming from a hurt place because I was like, because I felt used in this situation. However, I have now placed folks on different levels in terms of friendship. My sister, Jackie, would say, girl, you think you call everybody your friend? Because I'm a lover at heart, right? Like I just love people. And I think one of my fatal flaws is I always see the best in people. But I've now had to learn how to have boundaries and sections in friendships or levels to friendship. So not everybody, like I don't do group dinners. Do not invite me to your group dinner. I'm saying that right now. Listen. If you're, so when I invite people out for my birthday, I pay for the dinner. That's just what I do. When I host a private, I'm April 1st. I'm gonna have to invite you. So when I invite people, I normally have something really private. I don't let a lot of people come to my house, and I have a caterer and I host a beautiful dinner.
nice.
And I pay for it. I don't like group dinners, right? And so for me, when I go out, I'm one of the people that be like, just give me the check because I can't do this. Let's split the tab. I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I realize now that I had to start setting boundaries and parameters even around friendship and saying like, I'm not going to your group dinner, but I'll take you to dinner. Right. I'm not a clubber. I stopped drinking in January. So it's been an incredible journey of just being like, it's just a life of like sobriety where you're just, I don't have any substances in my life that alter me in any way. And so, don't invite me to the club. I'm not a clubber. I don't want to be there. So I'm learning like just to have boundaries just as we would in dating, right? So we have standards around dating and the type of men that we allow into our life, we should have the same thing with women.
100%.
And now I'm like, if women make less than a certain amount, I'm not saying you can't be my friend, but it's probably going to be more on a mentor basis, right? Because I want to help you. I want to help you get to levels that I've achieved.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a different type of friendship. And it doesn't mean that you don't have anything to offer me.
100%.
It just means that perhaps I'm not going to be going on vacation with you because I'm a spender.
I'm going to spend. And I think that that's fair. And I think that when you understand where you are, you can accept that.
Yeah.
Let's go hiking.
Yes.
Let's go, you know, work out. And
I remember I did that for my birthday. I invited a bunch of women out. Let's go hiking for my birthday. It will cost you nothing.
And I think it's fun. I think those are great bonding moments.
Yeah.
And like there's literally nothing wrong with it. And to your point of like the drinking and going out, I'm not a clubber, never really been a clubber, but I might go to a lounge or go to a wine bar or something like that. But I'm like really trying to, because I also think that although I drink a little bit here and there, I think that it also is, it causes inflammation in my body. And so I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, I could barely move and I'm stiff.
Yeah.
And it's like just looking for other ways to enjoy each other and into, you know, to foster relationships and different things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like that too. Now, this is where you and I differ. I literally believe that my gift was born to love people.
Yeah.
I love people. But I don't like everybody. And I don't want to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
Most people view me as an extrovert. I can be. It's just I know how to get in and navigate the crowds and different things like that. I really enjoy I can travel. I guarantee you, I didn't need anybody to go to Mexico with me.
Yeah.
I was going, whether I had my crew with me or whether I was going I can literally travel by myself. I enjoy it. And I said, actually, you know, I'm definitely going to take one of those trips by myself, you know, just to have my own time. And I think time to yourself is important, but I also am conscious of mixing my friends and doing different things. And listen, those group dinners, oh man, for my birthday, and I I wasn't in the financial space I am now.
Yeah.
And it got down to who's going to pay the tab, or not pay the tab, but we were looking at the bill. Yeah. And it's I didn't order that. And
I didn't have the oysters.
I'm not giving a tip. And what's a tip? It's oh God, you know, so. Yeah.
Gratuity. What's that?
What is that?
She wasn't even here.
So no, I'm definitely, and I'm big. I send out, I'll still do the group, Texas, but I tell people bring cash. Yeah. Don't just come and be like, oh, all I got. Because a lot of times the restaurants that I eat at, they only split in a tab maybe once or twice. They're not about to do. Yeah.
And there's a responsible way to do it. Listen, this is me telling people what to do at their own parties. I'd be like, well, why don't you tell the people that are ordering alcohol to go to the bar and get their own tab, right? Because for me, I don't drink, so I don't want to be splitting a tab 100%. With 6 people.
My best friend is like that.
I'm not paying for your alcohol because I didn't drink it, you know. So things will agitate me. But you're absolutely right. There's a responsible way to do that.
To do it, yeah. So I think it's good. I think setting boundaries and knowing who you can do what with and different things.
Absolutely.
That's just. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So taking us back to the dating front. Yeah. We had, especially because we talked about green flags and red flags and, you know, things to look out for. But sometimes you just don't know what to look out for. And that's the truth, right? Yeah. Because folks wear masks, right? I use the word persona. So when you look at my Instagram page, that's a persona. That's a part of me. And everything I post is true, right? I don't post anything that's untrue. However, it's a persona. Thanks. And folks wear masks. And sometimes we don't often know who a person is until you really get to know that person. Yeah. And I want to take us back to, was that February? I think it was February. I had just came back from, it was February because I had just come back from my friend's wedding. And you had to call me and enlighten me on a situation that was actually God's way of really opening my eyes to some things that were happening beyond what I was seeing. But you had to call me. Yeah. And I'm sure, and we actually haven't talked about this other part of it. I'm sure that wasn't an easy phone call for you.
Nah, because I'm I'm like no drama, and
Yeah.
I'm like real chill.
Yeah.
And although, like, we met each other in a very professional space.
Yeah.
It's always been cool to have conversations.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, we just get on the phone and we talk every day
Right.
and hanging out every day. So you just don't know how people are going to receive information.
Yes.
And so it's like, okay, but, I just felt like, okay, well, we going to make the phone call.
Yeah.
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 So
you had to call me, and I won't ask what that was like for you, because we know we can already say it wasn't easy, and I know we got to get out of here. The time.
Yeah.
But you had to share something with me.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing that?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't think that we're the first women that will ever face this.
Correct.
But what I really wanted to shed light on is holding ourselves to a high degree of integrity in this world. I mean, there's this T app that's going crazy right now. I'm not on there. I've seen it on TikTok.
Never heard of it.
Oh yeah. It's like I don't know. It's a crazy app where people are posting men on there to say like, have you seen him? So anyways, but we had to do something in a very private setting where you had to give me a call and share what?
Yeah. So, I happened to encounter an individual that, you were dating, and
Not dating at the time.
not dating at the time.
Yes.
Not dating at the time. And it wasn't anything like really heavy between us. He and I, just conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm like, something just isn't, I'm like, this just feels familiar. I'm a Virgo, and I'm very intuitive, and I'm like, let me call Eb. I need to call Eb and just ask this question. I'm like, I think, and you're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. And for me, it's just an integrity thing, to be honest with you. I wasn't always like that, just to be 100% transparent.
Yeah.
But I'm just at a different space in my life, and I'm like, I just felt like I not owed it to you, but as women, you know what I mean? And
it's a sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like, I want to maintain my integrity.
Absolutely.
And also make sure that I'm true to who I am, but also we navigate a lot of the same spaces and people and different things like that. So I'm like, let me place this phone call. And then it was like, oh yeah, no, we're done here.
There's so much more that can be said about this, but we got to get out of here. So listen, Diana, thank you so much for coming back to Queens Vantage Podcast, for going even deeper with me today. You are such a boss and a queen, and we are just delighted to have you back on the throne.
Thank you so much.
And so thank you so much for coming back for part 2. I have appreciated this conversation with you. Listen, another wonderful episode of Queens Vantage Podcast. Please go follow Diana on Instagram at Be The Vision Limo. You can follow Queens Vantage on Instagram under Queens Vantage Podcast, and go subscribe to us on YouTube. We got to get out of here. We are over time, and remember, the crown will tilt, but it'll never fall off.